Howdy folks, Luke Simons with you, back to the Basics 101. Today I'd like to go over a few things on this little trailer. This is probably one of the handiest little trailers I've ever had. Four-wheelers, lawnmowers, you name it. I use it for everything. In fact, I just seen it at a garage sale. I bought a beautiful, like brand new stock tank. I had to fit it in sideways. It's huge. And I bought a snowblower for $20. It was quite a deal. So let's talk about this great little trailer. I paid about $300, $200, somewhere in there for this little trailer, but it needed a few things. Now it worked just fine before, but the tires were bad. So obviously I put new tires on. Didn't have a spare tire, so I put a spare tire on. Just interesting little things. Now there was no chain hooks or strap hooks on here, so this is what you used to use. This is what I put on there now. Those are Harbor Freight Special. Now, of course, I was just going to add and weld a little chain link on there, which works just fine, but I didn't do that. I just went with that because I thought it was going to be faster. $6 or whatever, $9. The wood was dry rotted. All of that was really bad dry rotted. You really can't tell now because it's deflecting water. What is that? Well, if you don't want it to turn black, you don't use used motor oil. This here is transmission oil. That's right, used transmission oil. And I used less than a gallon, but that was really, really dry rot. I mean, really dry rot. Like, really bad, actually. So, that's what it is. I decided not to do anything about that because I use this probably once or twice a month, actually. And once people know you have a handy little trailer like this, everyone's borrowing it. So I'm just going to use that wood up. It'll last a long time now that I put some dressing on there, you might say. Now, if you don't have one of these yet, these are really slick. A built-in ramp, and I mean, they really are phenomenal. So I love that. The only thing is if you live in a state where you can hear that wind in the background, that is a problem. This trailer, about 2 months after I bought it, in a windstorm, flipped over, and I think largely because of this. There's no tongue weight there. A child could pick the front up, and it just blew the whole trailer over. So, you know, maybe in high wind situations on the plains, maybe a guy should probably lay those down. Now, my biggest fear is you borrow this to somebody or even myself and you lose a pin. Let's say you don't have a pin and you don't have a toolbox full of pins. And I mean, this trailer's so small that a person could pull it with a car, no problem. I pull it with my little S10 all the time. So saying that, I took a pin. The old pins were pretty old. They would come disconnected here. And if you're not familiar with these, I mean, that's how they do that. And then you just pop these out of here like that. And then these are the keepers. They're spring loaded. But cleaning the Quonset last night, and look what I found. A chain. So pretty slick. Just drill a little hole and put a keeper in there. Chain. Now that is that. Borrow that to somebody. I'm not worrying about them trying to find a pin. Some city folks trying to find pins and stuff like that. That's about like them looking for gold in South Dakota or something. That's tricky for them to find. Yes, for years. Well, for years. I guess I've only had this trailer for a year. I put this on because they didn't have lights on it. Now, the lights on a pickup always shine through, but technically it's not legal. And technically it could hurt somebody, and that's more to the point. So I put this on. I haven't put my reflective tape on yet. I'm going to. I've got some projects around here. I'm selling that old trailer. But yeah, I'm going to put some reflective tape on here. I think I'm just going to put it on right here actually. But when I do that, I'm just not sure where I'm going to put it yet, so that's why it's not on there. That'll show up really nice. there's no license plates on a little trailer like this. So that's where my brand comes into play. Now, when you say brand, yeah. So anyways, you'll see what I'm gonna say. The trailer lights, one was broke and the other one probably still worked. These here were cheap, and so I put on LEDs. Those are gonna be slick. The problem with those is they corrode right here. That's where the corrode part, and your tire kicks up rocks and destroys those. This here, like that's faulty. So that's what happens with those. They get wrecked. Most of the time you back into something and smash them. Smash-alitis is what I call it. Now, what is this? My wires, they're not exposed. One ground wire is exposed. Everything else is not exposed. What is that? Well, that right there is a fuel line. And there's a little piece of metal right there. I just lubed that up a little bit, shoved the fuel line in there. Now that's not exposed. You can use the little plastic stuff that fits around the wires. If you've had trailers very long, they don't last very long at all. So fuel line, that lasts a very long time and is very hardy, very nice. I might take some through the roof or something and put that around here eventually. But the truth is it's going to air out eventually anyways. Underneath, there's pipe, but I'll tell you what works really great. If you don't have pipe underneath your trailer, use an old water hose and use that for your conduit, for your wiring, and it really lasts good. So I told you about the rocks hitting this, okay, and breaking. And how do I know that? Because I've done this many times. That's why I install these. This here is an old Napa mat. You find them on the roadsides all the time. They fall off trailers because the bolts come through. And I just cut them up and I make my own little mud flaps. Does this need mud flaps ordinarily? No, it doesn't. But if you want to save that, you put mud flaps on. And you can see about where that goes, right about there. See the difference? Now, the point is people are saying, well, Luke, why are you talking about this? Well, you might not find it interesting, but there are a lot of people that fix up little trailers. And once you have a little trailer, I mean, it's like a love relationship. It's like having an extra wife. It's like polygamist, because it is so nice having little trailers. So I think we pretty much went over that. Now, also, when you pack your wheel bearings, that is a good idea. But also, when you do this, you're going to kiss me. Every time you want to think of me, you're going to want to kiss me. Take some STP or some Lucas engine oil, and not just regular engine oil. It has to be what I'm talking about. It's a slimy substance. And fill that cap right about to right there, not near full, and go ahead and pop that back on. What it does is it's acting like it's a floating bearing. So you got your regular grease in there, and then you have your STP. Every trailer I buy and bring home, before it comes home, if it has to go on the interstate or highway, because I don't trust anything, I mean nothing. Someone tells me they pack, whatever. I don't know if I trust it anymore. And because I've had 3 tires come off and hubs. It's not overly fun. Saying that, put your STP in, it turns your bearings into butter. Really, really great. I'm gonna try these. These are Amazon tires, so I'm sure some. I cover my spare tire. Just started really doing that in the last couple of years. That's an Amazon cover, not a big deal. Yeah, whatever. You haven't had one of these yet? These are really slick. I ordered these by, I think, the 3 or 4s now. But that's just a big old U-bolt. and it just bolts right on. You can just see. Oh, my, if you don't do something about that, I guess I forgot about that, it'll wear a hole in your cover because they're sharp, right? Just a bolt. So what I do there is that's a golf ball. I guess that's the only reason I would like to have a golf ball around. I know you guys like golf, but I never played golf in my life. But that's what I use golf balls for. I make handles out of them. And in this case, they have golf balls over the bolts so they don't punch through just because you see how that's moving. It'll go right through it. But anyways, that's what I do there. Let's see. Okay, so trailer lights. I had the wrong adapter last night, so today after church, I will pick up a new adapter to fit into my pickup. Originally this ran through the frame, so there is a portion in there that isn't through the frame. That's going to be a water hose there. But anyways, yeah, that's in pretty rough shape. I'll probably just run new wire through the whole thing. Same thing here. This will be fuel hose. It'll stick into here. I'll lube that up, stick it into there, and then this through here, and this end will have the adapter out the end, and that'll go right into the pickup. Otherwise, your wires always fray off, just like they did here. That's what they do. So if you have a better idea, let me know in the comments. So this trailer does not have a jack on it, okay? And I only have this block of wood here for demonstration purposes. While I was working on the trailer too, I guess. That's why I propped it up. And because it doesn't have a jack on it, this is what I did. I just took a piece of metal, bent it up a little bit in my vise, put this curve in it and that curve in it, and a little curve here. Tack welded it on, and welded it on. And then after I welded it on, I bought one of them big clamps. Oh, those are so nice. Held it on here, beat it into shape, and welded it back together. That way, your tongue of your trailer is not in the ground. Ever since I bought this trailer, this tongue has been in the ground, and it's so annoying because if it's muddy out, it's in the mud. If it's frozen, it freezes in like you can't believe, and it's hard to get a jack underneath here to pop it up or whatever you're doing. A lot of times you're grabbing it with your pickup and popping it out. It's just hard on it. It should have had one of these on it ever since. And that's not a jack. I call it a stand. I just call it a stand, and it just keeps your tongue out of your trailer. I always keep a pin in here. That's something I never used to do if my kids are watching. Of course, we didn't do that when I was young, but as you get old, you see a lot more things, and you realize there's a little hole there for a reason, and those pins are $3. Get a pin. Now, one of my pet peeves is chains on the ground. I hate it when chains are on the ground. Normally, I would try to slide that through there. Couldn't work. That's not working. So what I did here last night, I finally got that set up. And when this is off, on the ground, on the stand without the block, I just flip that over here, and then you're good to go. All of my trailers have a place for your chains because I just am that way. So folks, I hope you like this little video. If you do, please let me know in the comments, and hit that thumbs up button. It really does help us, and I hope that helps what I did. It's a little trailer that just got a new face on it, you might say. I didn't paint it or anything. I have no clue what year this is. It didn't come with a title, but now it is a slick little trailer. If I was going to do anything to it, I would add a piece of angle iron here, welded here, and a piece of angle iron somewhere in there. Why? Because that's fairly sturdy, but they do bend. If you bump that, that'll hit your tire. course, most men can just push it back into shape, but it really should have had a reinforcement there. Other than that, yeah. I was thinking about installing a small box on the front and moving my tire somewhere, but and if you guys have a good idea, I'm all ears. But I mean, I could move that tire on the side somewhere, but I would have to do some welding and finagling, and I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. And some of you are going to say, well, Luke, you built that stand funny because you don't need a stand there. You could just put your tire like in a low spot, and then when it sits down, you're sitting on the tire. So you have 3 tires on the ground, you know, so it's sitting. You could even do that right here. I understand that. I get that. And you're not wrong. A guy could do that, and that's where the little box could go. And when I say little box, we're talking like a very, very small box. It's not like a regular trailer box. Kind of like a box like that, actually. Come to think of it, I have one. Just a place to put maybe a small strap or something like that, or an extra pin. That comes off an old Fordson box. That's a tractor box that came on a tractor. Well, folks, thanks for watching, and may the Lord guide and keep you. Till next time, this is Luke Simons. Happy trails.